Hi, this is Arik,
And Aurelia.
and we're here to talk about life and interesting things.
Or so we think, but in the end, you will be the judge of it.
Either way, what we have to talk about is Ageless.
Ageless.
So, my first question today is how can we increase the holiday spirit when this year, after the whole 2020 thing, has kind of made it lower than usual? And I mean, what does the Christmas spirit even mean to you? Or the holiday spirit, or Hanukkah, or however you want to call it?
Hmm. Well, it's different. Like the holiday spirit, like that means nothing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays, that's like, you know,
Throughout the whole year.
whatever. That's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah.
So then, like, this time of year, like, the Christmas spirit's very low.
Now, Hanukkah to me, this is very special because that's like the season of miracles and wonders.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really like that. This is that energy that is available.
Mm-hmm.
And we really need that more than I do not want to say ever because that's a long time. But, from more than I can remember, we need those miracles and wonders. So, like, that's what I make an effort when, it's the time of Hanukkah that I'm really focusing on what's available in terms of like the miraculous and being in awe and
Yeah.
making things elevated and wonderful. And then, of course, we have the Christmas season or Christmas. And that to me is like, yeah, the birth of Christ, but the birth of Christ to me, this is not like celebrating some guy who lived a few thousand years back, but this is like what this guy maybe also represents, like the Christ consciousness, which is
Yeah.
like that consciousness of what the Buddhists call bodhicitta,
Mm-hmm.
like that consciousness that should be awakened in all of us. Um, to become more selfless, like
Mm-hmm.
to be more active in caring and being respectful towards each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of this is supported by the stars.
Absolutely.
And so that's
Mm-hmm.
what that means to me.
Yeah.
And
It's interesting
all of
that,
this
yeah.
is still relevant. And the holidays, sorry, but
Yeah, well, it's interesting you say that it's all supported by the stars because the three kings, the three wise men, they used astrology to find Jesus,
yeah.
who wasn't born on December 25th, by the way. It was actually, that's like all
A virgin
misinterpreted.
birth.
Yeah, like, so they say that he came through the Virgin, meaning he came through the constellation Virgo.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, Jesus was a Virgo, he was not a Capricorn. Okay, Virgo of service, working really much with his hands, kind of like also this hermit teacher energy. But still, I do believe that there is this birth, like this Christ consciousness rebirth that happens during the Christmas time. And I just feel like, like you said, of all years, we really need it this year. Did you ever think like that, or did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say about the three wise men that,
Yeah.
this is just like if we stay with the man, Jesus,
Yeah.
who then was born as a Virgo, like this would have been the three wise men looking for what the Buddhists call a tulku rebirth.
Yeah, and they only found him probably around, December 25th. Like, he was born in September.
Yeah.
And then they found him in December because they had to look through, like you say, explain that about the Tulku rebirth, but they have to, like, you can find people with the stars, like reincarnations of people. You can find them, and I
Yes.
guess this is what happens
Exactly.
with the Tulku
Yeah.
rebirth.
Yeah, I do not want to
Yeah.
on that,
But you can
I
definitely
wanted to
find
mention
people.
it, yes.
But I think like 2020, So I wrote. I always write these forecasts for the years, and the
Mm.
2021 is gonna be out soon. But the 2020 forecast was really about the 2020 vision.
Yeah.
And being able to have insight, foresight, and in a way hindsight, right? But the way it came about this year is, I mean, a way something that is very unique in its own expression. That this year more people than ever before had to really look with that 2020 vision at their lives and see and like reassess, are
Mm.
they doing what they want to do? Maybe they want to do something else because you cannot work in an office, or you can't no longer afford a certain place, so you had to move, like a lot of people, like I said, moving out of big cities, moving into the country more. People are like kind of like in a way more slowing down and have to reassess what they want to do with their lives, which I think is really intense because 2020 is the seed level for the whole decade.
Mm. I mean, that of course is the ideal case, because what about all the masses that did not want to do that, who would
Mm-hmm.
want to be blind to that
Yeah,
vision? And
2020 blindness. Yeah, that's
yep,
true too.
that is there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then, with that, we have, like, archetypally speaking, if they cannot let go,
Mm-hmm.
like with like the death archetype, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then we have them entirely stuck and being depressed and
Yeah, hateful.
and hateful. Yeah.
So you actually created this product called Merry Christmas Blend. Can you just share how it came to be and what it does? Like, where did Christmas Blend come from?
Oh my God, do I even remember where it came from? Actually, I do not.
I
To
mean, you
me,
are
it
Aurelia of
feels
Aurelia Essential
like
Oils. Uh-huh.
yeah, but
Well,
like
how can we use it then, like, to
one
help
of
us?
the hundreds synergies that we have. To me, it feels like it was always there.
Because I was walking Saya earlier and I was thinking, like, wait a second, I think this is one of the blends I don't really know the history of.
Mm. Yeah, and that makes
And neither
sense,
do you.
because no, because it seems there is no history. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I do not want to say that one day it was just
Right.
standing in my
Because it's
shelf,
an
but
amazing blend. Like, I love the cinnamon and everything and the fur.
the only thing I remember is, that I wanted to create more of a sensation of, like, happy memory. You know how I love Lifetime Christmas movies.
Yes. It's
Oh,
our
guilty
big.
pleasure.
We'd like devour 10 of them in an hour. How's that possible? You have to step outside of time so you can watch 10 of them in 1 hour.
That's right. And so, in that, like, warm feeling that, I mean, they are really cheesy, but then it is something that we always say life is kind of really cheesy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
things happen sometimes that are just so far out
Yeah.
that, when you talk about it, you're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And either way, like, I wanted to recreate like this warm feeling. So it wasn't anything therapeutic, or
Okay.
it
Mm-hmm.
was really just like this mixture between, like, apple cider, orange punch, and vanilla cream cookies. And
Nice. It
so,
definitely has that because I love Christmas blend. I love Christmas, always have. And this Christmas blend, I really feel like it really captures it.
thank
And
you.
and I love it. So how can we use it like this year, just
Well, how it then developed, this came then with time. Like I said, the very first origin, I only know that that's what I wanted. But then, as time was moving on, and we're blending it, and we're blending with blessings, and then I decided, like, the blessing that needs to be connected to sustain that warm feeling on a deeper level, that is, we mentioned before, like, to have that kind of Christ consciousness, like to not be so selfish, and to really care for others. And
Mm-hmm.
no, so that's the story of Christmas blend, I guess.
Yeah. So, and so how do you use it? Like in an aroma lamp, or how should we use it?
Well, carefully. I can tell you guys a story. Arik already said, how much he loves it.
Oh my god! I know what story you're gonna share.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, we had a long distance relationship for a few years, and but we always made a point to spend like Christmas together, and Arik would come to Germany and would visit for 3 months or whatever. And the first time he came to visit me at my place, he was obviously so delighted that there were all the oils just sitting right there and Christmas blend, which he really likes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Love.
So, now at that time, the house I was living in, I think it was like a 5-bedroom house, a 6-bedroom. It was really big, right? And so we're sitting there watching our Lifetime Christmas movies, and it's all like really wonderful. And all of a sudden, I saw like, oh my God, I get this headache. What is this? And I realized, oh my God, it's like Christmas blend. It is so strong. So I was like, hey, how much Christmas blend did you put into the aroma lamp? And I don't know.
I sit there. I remember exactly. I said, "Lamp. We're talking lamps." I said, "I put Christmas. I started a lamp in every single room, and I put like 20 drops in each lamp."
Oh my God! I swear. Yes, I love my Christmas blend, but that was so strong.
I think it was like actually on Christmas Eve or Christmas Eve or something, and I was really pumped. Man, I was like, we need to like Christmas blend to like go into the walls. Like I think the whole town smelled it, because what we ended up doing was, because it was too strong for you. I mean, it's probably too strong for me too. But I wasn't aware of it. We opened up all the windows and everything, and it was like the middle of winter, and like there was icicles everywhere, and like all the cold air was coming in, and like all this like this perfume of Christmas blend was like blowing out the house and into the street and everything, and it was amazing.
So I think that was the good thing that came about. And so yes, please use sparingly, but this is exactly how you do it. Like you put it in a aroma diffuser and you just enjoy it, or you put it a few drops on paper tissue, and put it on your heater if
that's a good idea
in a cold climate.
Yeah, but it has so much love, and like this unconditional love, and like it has this like joyful energy. Like when you diffuse it, like it creates a space of joy, like you said, and peace, and it's just really like it just eliminates separation.
Yes.
I feel, and it really just makes you so jolly. And I feel like, of all years, actually, Aurelia, I feel that I would have permission to put 20 drops in each room, because this year has been really challenging. And so we need to really pump out that Merry Christmas blend.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
Yeah, but it's like it can just feel that
But I can say where we're living now, this is more like a loft.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, there's not that many rooms.
Yeah.
I can see that space takes 20.
That's right. But I just feel like, the Christmas spirit is lower than usual. Yes. And,
I mean, in fact, if I just look at the sales in our store, in our brick and mortar store, and the way like people feel when before they come in, like then when they come in, then of course it's different, but they are really depressed.
Yeah, they're really depressed. A lot of people are depressed.
There's a lot of unemployment. I mean, if you just think of the restaurant business, I mean, what we're doing, horrible. Like we are trying to do as much takeout as possible. Like every day another
support
takeout,
small businesses,
just to support the small business.
Absolutely. just want to help people.
Yeah, because it's
They're
really, really
sad.
tragic. And I mean, this is where we can help, where we cannot help. I feel so bad about my pedicurist, for example, or
Yeah.
my facialist, or like
Yeah.
they are not allowed to work
Or a
at
masseuse or
all.
yeah.
Yes, unless it's medical. You know, it's
Yeah.
like I feel so sad for them.
Yeah.
And this, of course, all of that, like the fear of losing your income and everything, that does not help with the Christmas spirit.
Oh man, I need to use some Christmas blend. It's like making me sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally understand that. But you know, also something that I've noticed that's come up a lot in my sessions, actually, with a lot of people, is going back to this reassessment.
Mm-hmm.
That people, the ones that are on a spiritual
Yes.
path and
Mm-hmm.
are doing the inner work and they have an idea about self-responsibility and whatnot, it's like so many people are like, and that's what I'm saying also, like people who have kind of their jobs are on hold and they're really looking at what are they supposed to do now. So like what would be your advice for people just in general, because I'm sure a lot of people who are listening, and thank you guys all for listening, we really appreciate all the wonderful reviews and stuff, but like how would you suggest people kind of like get an idea of what they're supposed to do next in their life, especially in these times of like kind of, I don't want to say fear of the future, but uncertainty.
Well, I mean,
Get a chart reading.
yeah, of course, that always helps, like to know, where your solar return is and,
Yeah.
what's coming up. But aside from that, I think that knowing what to do next, that's always the same, and this is always scary. Always. No matter what the outside
Pandemic or war or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is, if you change your career, for example, like your career path, which I have done, so I know what I'm talking about. It's a very scary thing because with that, a lot of identities go. And I believe before you actually can know what it is you really want to do, you have to first look at the attachments that you have to what it is that you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once you let go of that, then you can just say, okay, if I'm now, all economic considerations aside, if I would have like $20 million, what is it that I would do?
Mm-hmm.
And then start doing that. And if it's something where you say, yeah, but, you need $20 million to start doing that, then cut it down to a size, that's feasible, that you can start right now.
Yeah. And in the light of Sagittarius, like which is the season that we're in right now, like that requires a lot of honesty. Because then like for you to say, well, wow, what would you do with $20 million? And like if it's like completely 180 from what you're doing now, like you have to be honest about that.
Yes.
Like, because it could be like, well, I mean, this is an exercise. I don't have $20 million, but I'm telling you right now, miracles and wonders.
Exactly.
You do have $20 million.
Happy Hanukkah.
Sorry you don't see it.
Yeah.
But you do have it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, if you're honest, then you reveal the miracle.
Yes. It's beautifully said. It's so true. But this is why I want to stress this one more time. Like, making a change like that is always difficult.
Okay.
Like when I left corporate world, I left it from a place that most people aspire to and never reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just give it all up.
Mm-hmm.
That was really, really scary. I said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. My heart tells me I have to go to California and be a healer of all things. Did I know anything about it? No.
No.
But that's what my heart told me.
Thank God you did it.
Yeah, it did. It worked out great.
Mm-hmm.
But just saying, this is very scary.
And your mind agreed with what your heart said.
Not at first, but with the help of friends.
Yeah.
I went into, even though I knew what I had to do, I went into a horrible depression for a while.
Yeah.
And then I thankfully had good friends that were honest enough to help me out of that and gave me like the famous kick in the butt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay. And so this is also important, always. I mean, we always stress this, that it's important to have a support system.
Yeah.
And even if it's, a support system that you have to pay for it, don't be shy about it.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for
Mm.
with all things.
Yeah.
Okay, so then on the flip side of that, people who really know what they want to do and that they're doing it, how like also a lot of times people that that I meet that I'm working with or just even just strangers, remember when you used to meet strangers? Just kidding.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
sad. Yeah.
I know. My side note before I get into it, like my Google Maps from November, the update. I mean, I didn't even leave the city. I had to use some Merry Christmas blend after seeing that because it was really depressing.
Yeah.
But whatever. Um, people who are like working, doing things, like they're lucky enough to work and stuff, they often have this they find themselves very much in this state of, let's just call it victimization, where like they want to be doing one thing but they can't because they have to do XYZ.
Hmm.
Like people want to study certain things and learn certain things, but they have to take care of some family member, or they have to do some other job, or like they have to do all these other things, and they have no time, quote unquote time, to quote unquote do what they actually want to do.
I do not believe in that, not even for a second.
Yeah, so how
Because
do they resolve? You want to speak to that?
Listen to the Ageless we have about the time is my servant.
Yeah.
Because, it's only if you're really self-important
So this is
that you cannot do.
yeah. So this is coming
your
again from a
tasks.
state of self-importance.
Yeah.
And just kind of like the ego entertaining itself and
Yeah.
distracting itself
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
other than that, time really does not matter. And you always find the time you need. Always.
Yeah. I think it could also be like a situation of not being entirely honest.
Well, when you're self-important, you're rarely really honest. Because, I mean, uh, that's
You're telling me that
exclusive.
you're telling me that being self-important is not honest?
Yes, I dare you.
I am honestly important. Yeah, so it's just like people like, oh, I do this, and then I have no time for that, and that's just you gotta eject.
Mm-hmm.
You just no, it's like just you get slapped, like teacher slapped.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true. That's your ego,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just a game that you're playing. It has nothing to do with the reality of the situation.
That's right.
Yeah, because traditionally during this time of year, because it's ruled by Sagittarius, which is connected to the Wheel of Fortune from the tarot, it's like this time of year like it's really fast, and
Yes.
people are traditionally like very like rushed and pressured, and deadlines, and the end of the year's coming, the fiscal year, but then also like Christmas, like people are always rushing around doing things, and that's like often a theme that's coming up during this time. But you can see that it's a little bit less in energy because I also noticed that it was a very peaceful Thanksgiving because so many people weren't able to get together and get really vicious, like Osage County. Remember
Yes.
the movie, Julia Roberts?
Yes, oh my God.
So it's like, I mean, it's a great movie, but it really depicts like, I mean, family gatherings. Let's not forget, family is Mara, and bucket of crabs energy, but like kind of like with this social distancing and like all that. I mean, it's horrible, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, what's coming out of it. It's kind of like almost like more peace sometimes, because we don't have to do the Christmas things. We don't have to do the Thanksgiving things. We don't have to do all these things.
I've heard friends of mine say this was the most peaceful Thanksgiving because my mother-in-law didn't show up. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it.
Yeah.
Not every mother-in-law is just
Yeah.
an angel like mine. Ha ha ha.
Absolutely. Ditto.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I just think it's really interesting. So I don't know, just think about that, you guys. And of course, Merry Christmas blends available on AureliaEssentialOils.com or from your local distributor. And this has been Arik
And Aurelia.
And you've just listened to an episode of
Ageless.
Ageless. Do you have anything else to add?
Yes, I hope that we made a difference in elevating these dark times, because that's also what it traditionally is. You know, the times are dark. It's getting darker every day.
Until Christmas.
Until Christmas.
Yeah, until like the solstice.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it starts to get brighter.
Yep. So hang in there, guys.
So hang in there, guys. We love you, and
talk to you
soon. Please share this with people on your reality that you think that needs some light, and subscribe to Ageless Podcast on Apple, Google, listen to it on YouTube, wherever you want. It's all cool. Okay, you guys, until next time. Bye.